So I would say, not to make rules, but especially in New York or big cities, if you're looking at a big corporation, you're typically going to want to come in a suit and tie, right? If you're a male. If you're a female, you're going to want to come in a business dress, maybe a jacket or a blazer as it's referred to. And, it's typical here in the U.S. at a big organization, if you're wearing a suit and tie or a business dress, to keep the colors pretty standard. For men or women in the hotter months, such as now here in New York, where it's going to approach 100 degrees today, you want to wear lighter colors, white shirt, lighter tie, in a blue or reddish family. If in the more colder months, it's common to wear a dark blue or dark gray suit. Again, white shirt or maybe a blue shirt or an off-white shirt, red or blue tie, maybe a yellow tie. But other than that, I wouldn't deviate much. I'd make sure to have on dress shoes, make sure that they are, shined, make sure to have a matching belt. Generally, I like to have a watch on. It shows I know how to tell time and keep time. And that's your basic dress attire. Now, for organizations that for example, don't adhere to that culture, you really should ask HR when you speak to them and they're setting up the interview, what is the appropriate attire here? Because you don't want to come into, example, for a large tech company who has a startup culture in a suit and tie for a junior role when people, do wear jeans and t-shirts. You want to show off that bit of you. Maybe everyone there wears tech t-shirts all the time, and if you come in a suit and tie, you won't fit into their culture. They're going to be thinking of that. So if it's an organization you're not familiar with and you think a suit and tie is overdone, whether male or female, it's okay to ask. Etiquette in the interview process. Always shake hands, always give good eye contact, make sure you have a firm handshake with your right hand. I myself am left-handed, but many people aren't, so make sure to shake hands with your right hand. Always make sure to heed to the interviewer, hold doors for them, ask where we're going. Throughout the interview process, after the interview, exchange business cards, ask what appropriate follow-up is. If they say, we expect to get back to you in a week, you want to ask, well, what is your process like? I would love to hear back from you in a week, but what if I don't hear back from you in a week? When is appropriate to follow up? And if I don't hear back from you then, how often should I follow up? And is it best to look online or to hear directly from yourself? You want to understand their process, because the more you understand their process, the better you'll fit into it, the better you'll react to them more naturally in a way that they want. And again, you're giving them a view of how you might work there. So if they tell you the process is follow up every 2 weeks on Fridays, and you don't, you may not be someone who follows up. If they tell you, follow up once a month and you follow up every week, they may say, this person is a little too eager, and that's not how we operate here. We respect the rules we put in place. Additionally, after your interview, you really need to remember, and you might want to be taking notes throughout the interview of who is who and what might be unique about an interviewer. Because you want to follow up every interview with a thank you letter. Now, 7, 8, 10 years ago, you might have actually sent a letter. And there's no problem sending a letter, but since we're in a technological time and we're here at a School of Engineering, which is technology-based, you really want to send an email, if not that day, the next business day, thanking the interviewer, making note of what you discussed, and then maybe mentioning something unique about them. So if you were talking to an interviewer and you're both from San Francisco and you're both huge Giants fans, and they might be in a pennant race in Major League Baseball, you might want to say, man, only 10 games to go, can't wait to see what the Giants do. Now, that might be off topic, but it lets the interviewer know that you know them on a better level than just, you have a job and I need a job, right? It builds that rapport and that trust, which a lot of individuals are lacking. It also shows that you can remember details. So, again, these give small views of your behavior and how that relate to the workplace.